Hello again, Pythonista. Welcome back. In this final video, we're going to do something very comforting. We're going to run the code. Specifically, we'll test the Coffee Python calculation library locally on your own machine. The one Codcel generated from that Excel spreadsheet. Yes, that Excel spreadsheet. The one that's been quietly running the business since before pandas had a logo. In the previous video, we added our coffee spreadsheet to Codcel, clicked Generate Project, selected Codcel Python Calculation Library, and pressed Generate. And just like that, seconds later, Codcel produced a full Python calculation project. Source code, tests, build files, no wizard dialogues, no hidden configuration files, and no one suggesting we just throw it in a Jupyter notebook and worry about structure later. Before we run anything, let's quickly remind ourselves how closely this Python code matches the Excel file. Open types, cost.python. A simple class, exactly what you'd expect. The class name is cost input. 2 fields, emergency coffee and tip. Those are our inputs. Exactly the same as the spreadsheet, no global variables, no mutable state hiding in a closure, no lambda doing 3 jobs because it felt expressive at the time. Everything spelled out, explicit, readable, and pleasantly boring, as Python intended. Then there is the cost output class, with 1 field, cost, again. Exactly what Excel produced, no surprises, no decorators quietly changing behavior, no metaclass wizardry. Now remember our spreadsheet. We had emergency coffee set to £2.92, tip set to 0, tax as a constant. That exact data has already been turned into a test, opencosttest.python. This should feel very familiar. A perfectly ordinary test, the kind you've written thousands of times before. Possibly for a REST API, possibly for a data pipeline, possibly at 2 a.m. while waiting for a model to converge. We create a cost input. We set emergency coffee to £2.92, tip to 0. We call the API method, Codcel cost, with the input. We get back a cost output, and then we assert that the result is £3.50, clean, readable, explicit. No magic, just logic. So let's run it. Click the Build tab, then View Test Commands. As expected, we'll need to run Python -mpy test. Now, I'm going to assume you have Python installed. You are a Python developer? If not, Google it, or ask ChatGPT. That is allowed. We checked. Click Test on Terminal. And it fails with something like File Not Found error. Perfect. This is exactly what we expected. Why? Because the calculation isn't actually running in Python. It's powered by the Codcel Rust calculation engine, connected through FFI, and we haven't built that yet, so let's fix that. Go back to Source Code and click Open to open the folder. You'll land inside Coffee Calculation Python. Now go 1 directory up. Here we see 5 folders. 2 of them, Coffee Calculation and Coffee Model, contain the Rust code that does the actual maths. If you're curious about those, check out our Rust Quick Start series. Learning Rust is fun, eventually. Next we have Coffee FFI. This is the bridge, the carefully negotiated treaty between Python and a language that refuses to compile unless everything is perfect. Then finally, our familiar Coffee Calculation Python project. Important note, don't move or delete anything. Everything is wired together very deliberately, like a production data pipeline that nobody dares refactor because it currently works. Back in Codcel, open the hamburger menu and select Codcel FFI. Go straight to source code. We can see a cargo file. That's your first clue this is a Rust project. We'll open a couple of files. ffihelper.rust, then lib.rust. We do not need to understand this. That's the whole point. Go to the Build tab. Click View Build Commands. Before Python tests can run, we need to build the FFI library. The command is cargo build ---- release. Now, before running this, you need Rust installed. Open your browser and go to rustlang.org. Click Get Started. The instructions are excellent, so we won't repeat them here. And if anything goes wrong, yes, ChatGPT is still allowed. Now, if you already have Rust installed, run Rust update, just to be safe. Once Rust is installed, restart Codcel. Yes, close it. Open it again. Classic software engineering. Click Open Project. Browse to your coffee project and open it. We're back on the business specifications page. Open the hamburger menu and go to Codcel FFI again. Go to Build, click Build on Terminal. Now the build starts. This may take a moment. This is Rust, not Python. Rust compiles like it's auditing your logic, your assumptions, and your entire approach to life. Let it work. And there we go. Finished, release. That's it. The Rust FFI library is built. No more Rust, I promise. Now for the payoff. Open the hamburger menu and go back to Codcel Python calculation library. Let's run our Python tests again. Open the source code again. Then open testcost.python. Let's remember, we have one test to run, with the same values as our Excel file. We expect £3.50. Go to the Build tab. This time, we will run the test and it will work. Click Test on Terminal. We wait a little bit. And one passed. Beautiful. You've just gone from Excel to typed Python inputs, to a clean API, to a native calculation engine, to passing unit tests. All in minutes. No rewrites, no transcription errors, and no one asking, can we just re-implement this in NumPy for safety? And that brings us to the end of the Python Quick Start series. Take a deeper dive into the code. Refactor if you must, and reward yourself with a calm, well-earned latte. In this alpha version, Codcel can also generate a Rust REST server, OpenAPI documentation, and even a Python web client. Perhaps in future releases it will generate a Python RESTful server. Send us an email if you want that. There's a lot more to explore. Visit us anytime at codcel.io. Thanks for watching, and keep writing Python while Codcel handles the spreadsheets.